Hello people, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be filming a little bit of a different video today. A tasty video, a delicious video. It is a cookbook video. What you guys may not know about me already is that I not only love books and words and poetry, but I love food. I think food probably is my first love before everything else. And I love to eat food, obviously. I love to cook food. I love to go out and eat food when we're able to do that. I love to do everything in regards to food. I've always said my dream job would be a food taster, obviously, like just going to restaurants and getting paid to eat. It's not paying to eat, but getting paid to eat and critique it. Like, sounds brilliant. But I am doing a video today which is going to be using a cookbook. This cookbook was sent to me by Simba and Sloane, and they are an amazing company who are promoting and selling books by people of colour and promoting the amazing authors that we have in this country and out to of colour, and who are writing not only novels but non-fiction and recipe books as well. Like this one, I have original flavour Caribbean recipes from home, Craig and Shaun McAnuff, and it's published by Bloomsbury. So I'm going to be showing you today some recipes that I'm going to be making. I've gone out and bought all my ingredients, and I'm going to be making Heyyyyyy. To 213. Promise I am prepared. So what I'm going to be cooking is on 213, and it is the red pea soup. I love red pea soup, absolutely love it. I've actually made it from this recipe book before this, so I'm hoping that it goes to plan as much as it did the other day. Red pea soup's the sort of thing that if I go to like the West Indian shop, like I will order it, but I've just always thought that it was really difficult to make. But this book has like such easy directions and instructions that it makes it like, I was like, oh, I would have made this way before if I'd have known that you could make it. I'm also going to be making some saltfish fritters. I don't think I've ever made them by myself before, so I'm going to be making some saltfish fritters, which if you don't know are like the tastiest little, like, oh, they're just so good. And they're like so good if as like little snacks, or like after you've eaten, like an hour afterwards, you're like, what do I fancy? Some fritters. So I'm going to be making some fritters and a traditional drink, which is Guinness punch. I haven't had Guinness punch in years, but I remember it as a kid. I don't know if I should have been drinking Guinness punch with alcohol in it as a kid, but you know, I did. I loved it. It's so sweet. So I just want to tell you a little bit about this recipe book because I think it's really good. Like if you don't have recipe books at home, then you need to invest in them, because you don't have to stick to the recipe. I'm going to for today, but you don't actually have to stick to the recipe. The point is that it gives you like the ways in which you make things. Like I said, the red pea soup, I never knew how to make it, but it is actually really easy. So it gives you confidence to try things that you've never done before, and like see dishes that you've always had maybe cooked for you or cooked in restaurants, and then you actually get a chance to cook them yourself. So I think that's a really, really good thing to have recipe books. But this one I love. It has like a story through it. So these two boys are brothers from South London, and they just have a love of cooking. You may have seen them on Instagram for Original Flavour on Instagram. They're amazing, and I followed them on there before I got this book, and as they say, they gained hundreds of thousands of online followers. It takes them through a journey of their cooking. So they speak a lot about the inspiration from their nan's cooking. They speak a lot about inspiration from having travelled to Jamaica, and then there's like part stories like through each chapter. So for example, Rasta roots of vegan food. And then it explains to you how like these things are part of the Caribbean culture, part of how they grew up, and part of like mixing their love for food and their love for cooking with like their traditional roots. So like their new modern take on things, but also with like the traditional recipes in there as well, which I absolutely love. So it means that you've got something very traditional like the fish tea soup or the red pea soup, or you've got like stew chicken or something like that. So you've got those traditional dishes, but then you've also mixed it up with something like a jerk chicken burrito. So it's like the mixture of the traditional, but also with like the new fashion with food trends, like street food mixes and stuff like that, but mixing it together with the old Caribbean traditional dishes. So I think that's really cool. So when you're reading this, it's like reading a culinary story as you go through. It's not just like recipes with like no character to it. The book like oozes character, which I think is what food is all about. Food isn't just about tasting good, it's about like the love that goes into making it. So this like really comes through in this book. And if you're new to Caribbean cooking and you don't cook Caribbean very well, this one's really good because it breaks it down, makes it simple, and you come out with really good results. So 100% would recommend it. But let's get to cooking, and fingers crossed it goes to plan. one of the best inventions because cutting garlic is a joke. So we're going to put the red pea soup in. The first thing we've got to do is take the kidney beans and their brine into a big pot with 2 litres of water. But because we're doing a bit without the meat, we're not going to put the chicken or the turkey or the beef bits in it. We're going to do it with a little bit less water because that's what we did last time. Look what I just did. Oh no, that is so classic. I did it with so much like vigour. I was like. No, it's not doing it.
Are you left-handed?
No, just cat-handed. Second time lucky. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. It says on there that we prefer to fling in chicken wings on net. It gives a good flavour, but we don't eat chicken, so we're doing it without that. And I add a little bit of something else in there.
Oh yeah, she culture. Don't you know? Don't waste the juice.
Okay, so in the meantime, that has to simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour, and we're gonna make the saltfish fritters in the meantime. So today, on my cooking channel, so this is my bookmark, the garlic, and we're gonna make the saltfish fritters. Whether they look like that, we'll see. I always thought with saltfish that you had to soak it overnight, but in this book it doesn't say that. Bring to the boil, then boil for 5 minutes, drain, and add fresh cold water to cover. So they said we tend to boil it the fish 3 times in total, so I better get boiling.
Saltfish.
Whoa! While we're waiting for the saltfish to boil and for the red peas to stew down, we're going to make the spinners, which are going to go into the soup. We'll make them in advance. It's all about prep.
I just say I'm loving the amount of spinners we're including.
I know they're your favourite part. The other day when I made it, I put 32 spinners in it.
Was it too much? You know what?
Never too much.
You
spinners.
go for it.
Thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah, I will.
Right.
Draining 3. Drain for the final time and set as enough. Drain for the final time and set aside until cool enough to handle.
How many spinners in the end?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, and then 4 little flat ones.
For me.
Yeah. So we need to break this up a little bit. It says use a fork, but I'm not bougie.
It says the girl that just had chili in it, right?
Yeah, but that was painful. I can be a high maintenance when it comes to pain. That was the most painful thing ever. And also, when things like that happen, it's your eye. It makes you think like you're gonna go blind. Like, can you go blind from getting chili in your eye?
I don't think so.
Well, it burns like a motherfucker. See, I quite like decent bits of fish in my saltfish fritters, so I don't want to break it up too small. Oh my god, you need to look at this. This looks like my nan. My brother's done and put old filter on my mum's photo, yeah, but look, it looks like my nan. Look at that.
What?
Doesn't that look like my nan?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, right, back to business. I've got fish on my arm. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So this is the Scotch bonnet, 2 different types of bell peppers, some chopped tomato, which I didn't know went in saltfish fritters, but according to this it does, and some onion and some spring onion. So that's all gonna go in here. chilli, 1 teaspoon. See, usually I'll just go through what I would cook normally. Like I'd put in my own favourings, but I'm trying to follow the book. There's 1 tablespoon of all-purpose. Black pepper and garlic. I don't know how you grind this onto a teaspoon. You just chill out, yeah? I'm the chef. I'm the Capitan now. 2 teaspoons of dried thyme. Lovely jubbly. And then it says add 250 millilitres of cold water.
How much are you supposed to add in?
300. So this is roughly 1,600. So divided by 1,500. Yeah, is 5 times the amount that we need. So we need about a fifth of this. So, what's quite good about this is that I didn't know this before I made this before, but with Red Pea Soup you literally just add everything else in there. You just add it all in and you're good to go. I use sweet potato instead of yam because I prefer sweet potato to yam, so just mixing up the recipe. We need Scotch bonnet, I think we should use a big one. Spring onions and the onions in there. Thyme. Oh, we need to use my favourite, cock soup. We need to add this in as well. And our coconut milk. I don't know why I feel awkward when I go into shops and buy this. I feel like I slide it across the counter like some sort of, I don't know, suggestive innuendo. We need the cock flavour soup. So you might not be able to find these at Tesco's. Coconut milk. I'm going to do it this time, I'm going to do it.
Take your time.
What do you call that?
This. Plantain. But then, to be fair, yeah, I called out from when I was a kid. I never knew that it was spelled plantain. Do you get what I mean? Because it's literally spelled like that, but it's just because I just always heard plantain. I always thought it was
Plantain.
But yeah, but that's what I always thought it was spelled. Plantain.
Plantain.
Like planting, as in planting some roses.
Which way
So,
you going?
how do you like your plantain?
Bit
I'm
late.
making me feel like I'm overthinking saying it now. How do you like it cut?
Angles.
Diagonal like that? How do you like it?
What do you call it for a start?
Plantain.
Danelle, come.
And I like it.
What do you call that?
I like it like kind of really sweet. Like obviously, so it's quite ripe.
What do you
but
call
quite
that?
Blackened.
Me too.
Yeah.
What, plantain?
Yeah.
That's it.
Just
It
checking.
has to be cooked quite a lot. I like it quite like, crispy.
Crispy,
Like,
yeah.
not-
Almost burnt.
With honey.
Yeah.
Cremated.
With honey.
Right, but how do you like it cut is the thing.
Thin and crispy.
Thin.
So yeah, but because a lot of people, you can do it like that, or you do it like this. See, I like it diagonal, yeah. But when you know when you get in the restaurants and they do it like,
No.
it's not the same.
That's a Ghanaian thing.
Is
That
it?
is Ghanaian restaurant.
Turn on.
Is it? I feel like I got so much pressure.
About them slices.
What, they're too thin?
Alright, I'll be back for dinner. See you later.
Alright, see you then. Bye. Oh look, this is what I should have done. Light.
I didn't even know about that.
What? Shut up.
I did not know about that lie.
That's how much you don't cook. Back to the fritters. Okay, so what's really nice is that they have like little stories to each of the recipes. So there has in here, we used to run downstairs for breakfast at Nan's when we woke up and smelled them cooking, and it's always a happy feeling seeing these bad boys on the table. It says in Jamaica that this is a traditional dish for the morning, which I didn't know. Actually didn't know that. never cook on the big rings. I don't know why. Everyone, do you know what it is? A thing, yeah? Everyone has a favourite ring on the hob. Mine's that one at the back. And I don't know, it's just my favourite one. Letting this sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now we're going to put the spinners in. I don't care because I like my plantain burnt. That's just how I like it. Almost burnt.
Honey.
Yeah.
Cremated.
With honey.
So any haters, I don't care. Yeah, that's how much I put on. Why do you keep questioning me for? Usually you're not even here when I cook and you're like, tastes nice. Now you want to question me. Guinness punch 220. Okay, so we need 4 cans of Guinness. We need 1 cup of ice. We need 1 of condensed milk. Nutmeg. We need cinnamon. We need vanilla extract. And we're good to go. So, it says blend the Guinness and the ice.
It's gonna fizz. It's gonna fizz. It might explode.
Look.
Yeah, remember it's fizzy, isn't it? When that goes, it's gonna fizz.
Yeah.
That's gonna explode.
Explode? Why did you do that? You're making me scared.
This is scary.
I'm like running for cover. Obviously you can see I've made everything and I am ready to eat. If you've liked the video and if you've liked what you've seen from the recipe book, then make sure you purchase this at Simba and Sloane. Google them, look what other recipe books they've got, look what other books they've got. If you like the video, then do like, comment, share and subscribe, and that's it. Oh, and thank you to my amazing boyfriend for being an amazing cameraman. Let's eat.